read aloud this week. We are going to be starting something a little bit different. So we have mostly been reading picture books, right? We've mostly been reading picture books. So we are going to start reading chapter books for read alouds. So this week we're going to start with Junie B. Jones is a party animal. And we're not going to always read Junie B. Jones. We'll definitely switch up and read different stuff. We're just going to start with Junie B. Jones because Junie B. is actually pretty short. So it's going to be easy for me to get through the whole book in 1 week. So normally we probably wouldn't do one book in 1 week. We definitely would spread it out a lot more. But for this week, we're going to try and do this whole book in 1 week, which we should be able to get through because, like I said, it's pretty short. So one thing I do want to do is I kind of want to show you while I'm reading this. So especially for today, I'm going to show you how I would read a chapter book and take notes while I'm reading a chapter book. Because one thing that's going to be really, really important for us, especially when we start really getting more into fiction and our nonfiction, is we need to make sure that while we're reading, that we're reading chapter books. First, we're reading chapter books. Second, we are writing about our reading. It's really, really important that we're writing about our reading, okay? That is something that I cannot tell you all enough. You have to write about your reading. I promise you, it is what is going to help you throughout all of third grade, is if you are writing about your reading. So I'm going to show you today how to do it. Then this week, we're going to kind of all try it together at certain points, okay? All right, so this is Junie B. Jones is a party animal. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get out my reading notebook, okay? First thing I'm going to do is get out my reading notebook. But remember, you're just watching me today, and then tomorrow I will have you following along with me. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put my title, which is Junie
Miss Tamara?
Jones. Yes, Walter.
I just got here, so I do not know what you guys are doing.
Okay, right now you're just sitting and listening.
Okay.
Junie B. Jones is a party animal. Okay, so that's my title. Junie B. Jones is a party animal. That's the book that I'm going to be reading. So remember, you're just sitting and listening at this point. Tomorrow, I will have you in your notebooks trying to follow along with me. Right now, I'm just showing you how I take notes while I'm reading. So now that I've written my title, because that's the first thing I need to do before I start reading a book, is write the title. Because if you don't write the title, then you're not going to know what the title of the book is. So now that I've written the title, what I want to do is I actually want to start reading. So Chapter 1, The Richest Nana. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice, except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. I am almost 6 years old. Almost 6 is when you ride the bus to afternoon kindergarten. My bestest friend named Grace rides the bus with me. Every day she sits right exactly next to me because I save her a seat. That's why. Saving a seat is when you zoom on the bus and you hurry up and sit down. And then you quick put your feet on the seat next to you. After that, you keep on screaming the word, saved, saved, saved. And no one even sits next to you. Because who wants to sit next to a screamer? That's what I would like to know. Me and that Grace have another bestest friend at school. Her name is Lucille. Lucille does not ride the bus with us. Her Richie Nana drives her to school in a big gold car. It's called a Cattle Act, I think. And guess what? Today, that big gold Cattle Act was driving right next to the bus. I banged on my window very excited. Lucille, hey, Lucille, it's me. It's Junie B. Lucille. I am banging on my window, very excited. Lucille did not see me. Hey, only here's the problem. Your Nana just sped up her car and now you are zooming way ahead of the bus. And so how am I still shouting at you? That's what I would like to know. I sat down and smoothed my skirt. Lucille's Nana had a lead foot, apparently, I said to that Grace. Lucille's Nana is rich, she said back. Lucille's Nana is very, very rich, I said. She owns a big giant house with 1,000,000 rooms in it, and she lets Lucille's whole entire family live there, because it is way too big for just one Nana. Wow, said that Grace. I know, it is wow, Grace, I said. My Nana just owns a plain old regular house, and that's it. That Grace did a sad sigh. My Nana just owns a condo in Florida, she said. Then me and that Grace looked at each other very glum. Our Nanas are losers, I said. After that, we didn't talk the rest of the trip. Only, guess what? When we got to school, we saw Nana's big gold car. It was parked right in the parking lot. Me and that Grace run there speedy fast. Lucille, it's me. It's Junie B. Jones, plus also that Grace. We are running to see your Richie Nana. We opened the door and stuck our heads inside. Hi, Nana, I said. Hello, Nana, said that Grace. The Nana looked surprised at us. Yeah, only you don't even have to be afraid of us, I said, because we know your grandgirl very good. Plus, we don't even harm you. Me and that Grace got in the back. I rubbed my hand on the seat. Ooh, I love this rich velvety interior, I told her. I put my cheek on it. These seats are ooh la la, Nana, I said. Lucille looked grouchy at me. Don't call her Nana. She's my Nana, not your Nana. Lucille, said the Nana, very shocked. What's gotten into you? Your little friends are darling. Yes, Lucille, I said. I am darling. Plus, that Grace is darling. And so, back off. Right, Nana? The Nana did a loud hoot of laughing. Hey, you are the funniest Nana I've ever saw, I said. And so maybe me and Grace can come see your Richie house sometimes. Lucille's Nana did another loud hoot. Then me and Grace did loud hoots too. And all of us kept on laughing and laughing. Only not Lucille. Okay, so I just finished chapter 1. So now what I want to do is I want to think about what I just read. Okay, I'm going to think about what I just read, and I'm going to write it down. Let me write first on my book where we stopped. Okay, so I want to think about what I just read. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to think about my characters. Okay, so I know I have Junie B. Jones. She's my main character. I have Grace, who's her best friend. I have Lucille. And I have Richie Nana. Okay. I have Junie B, Grace, Lucille, and Richie Nana. And so far, my setting is the bus, outside, and Nana's car. Okay, so I have a few different settings. So I'm kind of thinking about my characters, my setting. So now I'm going to think too, is there a problem in this story so far? Have we seen some kind of problem that's going on? Walter, what do you think could be considered the problem?
That Julie Me Jones, she screams for no one to go next to her, and Lucille does not like her best friends in her Nana's car.
So Lucille is not necessarily wanting to share. So Junie B, right, wants to go to Richie Nana's house. But does Lucille want Junie B to come to Richie Nana's house? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Does Lucille want Junie B to go to the Nana's house? Thank you, Walter. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Dimitri. Thank you, Camila. So, right? No. So I have lots of thumbs down. So no, she doesn't, right? She doesn't want that. So I'm going to write my problem is, so Junie B wants to go to Richie Nana's house. But Lucille does not want her there, right? Junie B wants to go to this house, but Lucille is like, no, I don't think so. She's like, you're not coming, okay? She's like, I would rather you not be there because she knows Junie B probably can be a little crazy sometimes. All right, so do you see how much I've already thought about? Well, and I've only just read the first chapter. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You see how much I've already done, and I've only read the first chapter? Yeah, thank you to my friends with thumbs up. So you've seen I've already done my character, my setting, and I've done a problem. And I've only read the first chapter. So that's why it's so, so important that you write while you're reading, because there's stuff like this that happens that you can really think about. I also could have, instead of going character, setting, problem, I also could have made a character web like I did with Gerald and Piggy. I could have drawn or made like a little picture of Junie B and written her character traits around her and thought about her character traits, because Junie B also has a lot of really unique character traits. So I may do that tomorrow. So there's different things you can do during independent reading while you're reading chapter books, but you need to make sure you're doing some kind of writing. If I don't give you an activity, you have to do some kind of writing. Thumbs up. We got that? This is a good example. Okay. All right. So